I guess I'm okay if you call being the only one that does anything around here okay.
What do you mean?
When we started this club, everyone said I should be president. I thought, whoa, that would be so cool. And it was fun, and everyone would work together, and I sort of, well, you know, give direction and keep everything together. Kind of like my dad does at work and stuff.
Okay.
And at first, everything was going good, and the guy said so. It was a new club, so I thought we needed some rules, you know, so everyone would know what to do. I spent a lot of time putting the rules together. Then I asked Billy and Joey to read them, and they thought they looked okay. So I asked them to spread them around and share them with the rest of the guys.
Well, and did they?
Sure. I mean, I guess they did, because when I talked to some of the guys, they said the rules made sense to them.
Well, that sounds like things were going pretty good. But you don't seem very happy. What happened?
Yeah, things were going good at first. Everybody followed the rules, and then we were getting along with one another, making plans for some fun trips, and then things started to fall apart. Guys were breaking up into groups and fighting with one another. A lot of fooling around going on, and nothing was getting done. It wasn't fun for anyone.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. Some of the guys said the rules were stupid and that they didn't make sense. They couldn't keep track of the do's and don'ts. I don't understand. How come everything I thought would work okay to begin with them, all of a sudden they're stupid? I don't get it. I mean, I worked really hard on the rules. They were just like the ones my big brother used in his club. He said they worked for them, and they should work for us too.
Well, what were the rules supposed to do?
Well, they were supposed to help us be organized so that everyone would know what their job was. And we could get things done, have fun, and win little, you know, and even play around a little. Stuff like that. Then there were fair, and they applied to everyone, even the president. I'm so mad. I'm thinking about telling everyone, forget it, and ending the club. Everyone can just go their own way and do their own thing. Just leave me alone.
Matt, I know what you're saying, but...
But what? My dad does that too. You think he's going along with your plans, whatever, and still, all of a sudden, there's the but.
Do you really feel that way? You want to quit? I mean, you guys have hung out since you were in kindergarten. Is it really what you want to do?
Yeah, it is. They don't care. Why should I? I thought we were friends, but now I just don't know. I mean, it's really hard sometimes. I tried to fix things and stop arguments and keep everyone together, so even rewrote the rules and tried starting over. It worked for a little while.
You know, Matt, you can quit if you really want to, if you think it isn't worth the effort. But I just get the feeling that you still care about your friends and this club. Otherwise, I don't think you'd be so sad right now.
Maybe, but I don't know what to do. Why can't people just follow rules?
Do you remember Jeremiah?
You mean the bullfrog? Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine.
How I meant the prophet from the Old Testament. It was one of the readings from Sunday service.
I know. I'm just messing with you. You know, you know so much. I kind of remember the story, but not sure I understand everything that was going on. Besides, what does Jeremiah have to do with what's going on at the club?
Well, you remember the Old Testament, or the covenant that God had with his people? At first, it was about the laws. They were important and necessary.
You mean the 10 Commandments?
Yeah, the 10 Commandments, which were
The rules.
right, the rules, the do's and the don'ts, and what would happen if someone didn't do the do's and did the don'ts.
Huh? I think I'm confused. Do the don'ts and don't do the do's?
Think of it this way. We all have to follow rules. They keep us safe, and they help us to work together effectively. When we follow the rules, things work well. And when we ignore the rules, well, like staying out past curfew or cheating, there's a price to pay.
Well, that makes sense. Like when the guy started ignoring the club's rules, people were fighting with one another and nothing was getting done. We even had to cancel our canoe trip last week.
Right, the price to pay. Consequences. You know, at first, the relationship between God and his people worked well. They followed the rules and they were blessed. Then they lost sight of the meaning behind the rules, and the covenant they had with God was broken. When you just memorize the laws without understanding them, it gets harder and harder to follow them and easier to kind of, work around them.
Yeah, that's for sure. That kind of happened with our club. That's what made me so mad, and that's why I wanted to give up.
I understand. And I think God must have been very sad when the people broke his covenant. I also know that he loved them, and he still loves us so much that he didn't want to give up on us, Jeremiah. He talked about the new covenant God would make with his people, with us.
Okay, but what's a covenant again?
A covenant is a formal agreement. Okay. I had to look it up too. I wasn't sure what it meant either.
Got it.
Anyway, Jeremiah told the people that God loved them so much. P.S. He loves us just as much. Well, anyway, despite their failures, he wouldn't give up on them. Instead, he said he would make a new covenant with them. One of love, mercy, and grace. The covenant would be Jesus. He would become the go-between between God and his people. This new covenant would be sealed by baptism and remembered through the Lord's Supper. Through Jesus' sacrifice and life, the laws would have meaning and purpose. Well, they would be written on the hearts of his people.
I get that. But what does that have to do with the club?
Well, you really care about your friends, right? In fact, I think you love them. You care about them, and they care about you. You've had lots of good experiences together, and you've helped each other through some very tough times, right?
Yeah, I do care about them, and yeah, I do love them, but don't tell them that.
Oh, so do you really want to walk away from them?
No, not really. But what else should I do?
Well, what do you think?
Maybe I need to follow God's example and work with the guys to start over, to find a way that works for all of us. And maybe we work on things that strengthen our friendship and not just rules of responsibilities. Maybe we could have, what was that word again?
Covenant.
Yeah. It's our covenant. Things we pledge to do together. Yeah, not just rules. It would be our agreement of belonging.
Matt, I think you got it.
I can't wait to talk to everyone. I'm going to go get everyone together right now. Thanks, Polly.